can stay, our former compound, I can stay for 1 week and nobody will know I'm in the house.
Wow.
You know? So maybe that's where I incubate my ideas and try to bring it out. So, you know, Onitsha, whenever they say something is out and I have to be there, I try, except I'm not around. Even if I'm sick, I'll try to be there. So I'm very happy that he brought me. I've not met him for the first time. I'm meeting him. And again, no matter how global you've gone, networking within is very, very important, because I wanted to meet everybody here on that profile. So it's very important that for me, that I'm also here. Then for you that left your house to be here, go home with something. The stories are beautiful, you know, US, winning, go, it's beautiful, but what are you going home with? Ask yourself, what do you want to gain from me? Or what do you want to gain from the speakers? Okay, don't worry, I'll say something. What do you want to gain from the speakers? So, like he said, I don't even know what I was coming here to say, but I came and he said something about global and I have to put something down, but I always want to be realistic. Things don't happen overnight. Most times the things that happen to us comes up from within and our vision. What do we have? For me, I have a different type of mindset in whatever I want to do, where I think there is nothing impossible. No matter what it is, it can be done, except it is negative. But when you think of something positive, you know, I believe things can always happen. So Onitsha became a base for me by marriage, not by trade. I didn't know Onitsha before. I grew up in Enugu, to Unizik, then marriage brought me. In fact, and it became a struggle for some years. I will cry, and you know, my body was not accepting this city. I will cry because I came from a very different background, not Onitsha. Then the worst is that you come back home, this generator will start from this place, there will not be light, people will not understand your personality, they will just say, this woman, you know. So you try to blend it. They'll say, oh, too much. It was a figure, man. They are not there. You know, they say a lot of things like this is not where you belong. So I cried. My husband said something to me. And that's really changed my mindset. Actually, what he said really changed. And he said, God really knows the reason why you came that way. And if you continue complaining, you lose focus. And I told myself, you know, I really need to find that purpose. There is a purpose, and I fell in love with Onitsha. And you know, I always say this whenever my friends hear that you are in Onitsha. First person says, yeah, in the shop. It's not only for men. You know, so the answer to this is I need to transform Onitsha. I need to be a change in my community. So one of the things that came to my mind when we are talking about going global is global doesn't mean to me only international. Global starts with my community. I go global from where I am. Simple, but that's all global. You know, then I catch the territory and move on. Then when I started my program, people tell me, go to Lagos. I really appreciate. You know, Onitsha may appreciate, and that is the truth. Because see finish. Also, for 14 years since 10 years, you can look at that. You went and check what near my thing, and that's Onitsha for you. They judge you by your size, by what you are wearing. They don't give you a chance. Even now, it became worse. Apart from you have people that think higher. These are the people that don't, you know. I said I'm going to. That's why I'm also here, because look at mommy. With her, I can reach out to so many women. We need to deal with our confidence. Onitsha women, we are losing our confidence. Where you think that you are no one, or when you think you are someone without actually doing anything. So we need to bring people together to build our confidence. So don't think I'm going to tell you about going to US or anything. I'm trying to tell you that before you step or you think about those things, capture your territory. What are you doing for your community? I said it starts here. I want to say something. Last week we did a program here for girls. Almost 200 girls or more came from different communities. And when I was preparing for that program, two of my colleagues that did in Abuja and Port Harcourt invited ministers, commissioners, and everything. Then they sent me the formats to invite them. I tried. I invited them. I tried to call. 1 week, 2 weeks to the time, nobody was responding. And I said to the thing I said to myself on that my laptop is that, are we not? I mean, we make our own people ministers and commissioners. So on that day, I will invite my people, and whoever comes becomes the VIP. Yes, so we have our yearly team members that came. I called friends and did we notice that we don't have any? Are we not the VIPs? We got everything we want. So you start creating your own VIP within yourself. The president doesn't have to be there before you know we can deliver. The president should be able to know that even if he's not there, we can deliver and trust him. My occasion doesn't have to be beautiful because one president came. Yes, it will be beautiful if they come, but don't lose confidence in whatever you want to do. Because that gets you ready for the real global international that we are looking at. Then I want to also say, like what I drew here. I said, vision takes you global. What kind of vision do you have? If we had in Lagos, whatever, all global. If I am in Lagos, we're not on it. Parent youth and teach them how it's done. You know, you don't wait for the action you take is what matters, not what you think about Lagos and Abuja. And like I always said, nothing wrong with Lagos. One thing Abuja. Some parents, I want to talk to some parents about some program for their children. It's very okay. If I get any and away. So I get confused. Okay, let me find. I don't know what one pass here. So it becomes a problem that we are competing against nothing. We are competing. I just told a teacher, lesson teacher, I said, I'm going to use maths, going to use English, can't go to basic. Man, actually, practicals of biology, chemistry, physics. Let them play around it. Also, madam made a shock. I said yes. Because I'm looking at where the world is going. The other one said she wants to be a doctor. Almost now primary 6, I'll take her to the hospital to become friends with doctors. Look for female role models that are doctors. Wow. And then any other way. Or one any other common entrance. But parents don't understand. I want to do mathematics from Monday to Friday. You know, so that can we know our word. It doesn't matter. I'm preparing this girl for the future. And one day, because she's all over her head, she's thinking about becoming a doctor in the hospital. She said, we went to a scan. For a scan, we see not change man, the place, and you know hospitals that don't take care of their places. And immediately it goes, I will build my own hospital and I'll put cleaners. She's just 80. She will be 10 by October. So I'll build my own toilets. You cannot, nothing can say. Do you know that people can even get disease from that toilet? And I was so shocked. I started taking wash. I didn't want her to know I was taking what she was saying. And she said, oh, God help me, even if I'm sick. And so when they brought somebody to my hospital, I will manage myself and go and treat that person. I see she has a vision. What is my role as a parent? It's not for her to kill herself trying to be a mathematician. No. What I want for her is to help her with her vision. And this is what, by the time she will start going global, you will think it's what? She has started thinking, and you as a parent or a sister or a brother is already helping that child. That is where you start with. And it's the same thing with your career as an entrepreneur, with your career as a wife, stay-at-home wife. Because when they say stay-at-home wife, the real stay-at-home wives are the real people working. Because by the time you do 1, 2, 3, 4, you see that you won't even finish the work, except you are the one that WhatsApp stay-at-home wife or Facebook stay-at-home. Now, those people don't achieve anything. except you are making money from those businesses. So going global starts with you capturing your territory. So the reason why I've started going global before I came to Onitsha, because I've worked with some international organizations. So it changed my mindset that anything is possible. You know, one of my boss I was working with is an Australian. He has so much money, but one day he took me to one. He was just explaining that there is one place that Indians sell a lot of things and Chinese, and he took me there. So they were selling this Rolex watch, the latest Rolex watch. They were selling it for like in Nigerian money, they were selling it for like maybe 5,000 naira if you check it. But the real Rolex watch is like 3 million at that time. 3 million. But it's a real carbon copy. So because he's rich, if he buys that fake one, everybody will think that he's wearing the rich one. So he spent, and I will now ask him, you know, then sometimes you see him in the office, he will be buying supplies. He said, I'm sending it to one country because they are suffering, people are dying there. And he will spend like maybe $10,000 buying things for people. So his action motivated me. You know? I mean, your money is good, beautiful. I love to make money, but I'm trying to say that what happiness does it bring you, and how does it create? So he's in a particular place and going global in another community. You can still do that. Think about all these things that can take you to go global, whether business, entrepreneurship. Then another thing I want to say is that it's good to have vision. It's good to envision what you want to do and take action. So laziness, laziness is not only when you do not wake up from your bed. Mental laziness is very bad. When you are lazy, you can't do anything. There is something our mom said. Sometimes they insult government workers because they think they don't know. There are some government workers who are actually not mentally lazy. That is why if they step out from the office and you have 50 people, they'll still be looking for that person. The rest is mentally lazy. Sorry, except you are a teacher. So in this is, you have exceptional people that are different. Now, when people complain of not having employment or not seeing work, you are looking for work, but you still have a choice. When people call you to come and do, you first of all ask of the salary. Salary is good. That it's not that you will not ask, but what do you have to offer? I graduated since 2015, finished my service. What have you been doing? The only thing you will see as work experience is that place they served at that moment. What have you been doing? And you say there is no work. I've been looking for 2 people to employ in my organization for Nonso has been. I've not seen, because nobody is ready to work. Everybody is ready to make it. But there are times you move into an organization and say, what are you doing? Can I start something and show what you have? And how can you? Abroad is not even an easy place to stay. We went for fellowship. Everything is timed from morning. Once you go for breakfast, from breakfast you are going to classroom. From classroom you are going to lunch. From lunch you will not rest till 7 p.m. And I was like, this one is punishment. We are lazy in Nigeria. Because these people have goals, timing, everything. You cannot be late. How can you be lazy? Is it 1 minute? Okay. How can you be mentally lazy in this country? They push you to work and think. But in Nigeria, when your child finishes, and now they have taken JAMB, they have taken YF, right?
Yes.
Now, what will happen for the next 3 months? Think about what your child will do. Take your child to not lesson centers are where they make new friends and learn new behaviors, except you are monitoring that child, or let them acquire skills. Even as an entrepreneur, how many skills were you able to acquire for yourselves that will get you ready for going global? Ask yourself, how ready I am. I want to travel to you, I want to go to London, but how prepared are you? What can you do if you get there? Because that place is another work. I have a brother that traveled for something in London and he didn't come back the right time. Then now, that was when I knew he has strength. Because of the money they are paying him, he will work from morning till, if he work overtime plus overtime, they will start pushing him to go home so that he won't faint there. But when you come back from, use that energy. because I use the energy and the experience I've got with working with these Europeans to know that this place can be transformed. Now, even the people you want to transform may not even want you. Because when I started my program, rejection is my second name. I can go to places and they reject you. In fact, if you start rejecting me, you are in trouble. Better tell me stop coming. But if you tell me, madam, we'll see next week, I'll still appear next week until I get what I want. But most times you exhaust your energy when there are other people also looking for you, especially when you know people who want. Sometimes I fight for organizations where their staff doesn't understand what is innovation. I fight. I call the owner of the organization. See, your staff is not making sense. Try to see what you can do with it. Even come into that. So, do you have that kind of patience? Are you that kind of person? Do you get yourself ready for it? How do you take opportunities? If you call somebody on phone, what do you want to say to that person? Hello, hi, good evening, sir. How are you? I will not respond because there is no time. If I say I am fine, say okay, did you eat well? Or how was your night? What will I say? You know, because you have so many. But when you strike one thing, ma'am, I did this, I will respond. I even call you, hey, what that's what also said. How ready are you to connect with people? What are the things? Because readiness might be from home. I'm already ready to see how I will connect with women. So when I see mom, it's an opportunity immediately. When I start asking her, what soup did you cook last week? I don't know how to manage timetable in food, and she will get bored because that's not. But when I say I need to speak to women about our personality and how to build our confidence, she will listen to me. It might even be what she also wants partnership with. She will listen. So how ready are you for global opportunities? If you are not ready, you cannot do it. You are not raised. Sorry. And global going global needs energy, research. You know one thing with Google, if you don't know how to cook stew and say Google please, how to cook Nigerian stew, they will tell you. How to go global, Google will tell you. But our problem these days is not being disciplined with internet, not knowing the power of what you have. If you know the power of what your phone that can do WhatsApp and Facebook, please make use of it. Ask questions. Then look for people. I met a man last year. It was already last year. I met him 5 minutes. So I met this man, and he has connections with investors from Silicon Valley to invest in tech people. And if you're a woman, they will be rushing you. Now look at me in the midst of investors. Investors are probably investors. That means they are ready to dash out like millions of dollars to you. But what do you have to give them? It's not only your name. She did this one. She was international. Do you have a business that can also bring them money, that can invest in you? And this man started mentoring me, and I told him, I am ready because this business plan, I have it for like 5 years. When I don't even understand what business plan is, I have a plan. What I just need to go back is to find someone to refine it to me, to turn into an investable business. And it becomes one in a million. So when people are trying to pursue you or trying to copy what you are doing, you leave it. Come, let me teach you, because you know you will not be here at a very long time. So you train people and move to the next level. You know the worst thing is that it is difficult to find who to train. I am looking for a woman to replace me because I don't want to keep doing this. I want to train women. But you bring them into the office, they are gossiping. Is it that they gossip that madam last talk too much? She has come. Now she will say, you know, or they will say you didn't smile. That you came, when you are thinking of how to pay salary, you are smiling. You know? So I have not been able to see a woman that can replicate me, or can even try 50% to say you are doing this right. I need to, copy. I brought even a sister 6 months ago. All of a sudden, I said, look at you. Me that don't come and be trained so that you can represent. I can't be everywhere in the world at the same time. But at the same end of the day, tomorrow they will complain and call Buhari that he didn't give job. But when you are not prepared, even when they give end power to some of you here, some don't go to work. They will say it's our national cake. So they don't appear in hospitals, in schools, where they are working. They don't appear. Even if they appear and say, hey, I'm an Empower staff, well, how do you expect me to come and teach this subject? It becomes, the country is becoming hopeless and useless. Nobody wants to learn new things. And for those that want to learn, you don't have patience. You cannot make it. Whatever I'm doing now, I started like 7 years ago. And 7 years ago, now let me conclude with this. When I started 7 years ago, I would go to schools to present my proposals. And I started with staff problem. So there are people I got, and they found out that, if they leave me at a particular time, I will die. And 4 of them ganged up one morning and said, "Ma, if you don't increase our salary, we are leaving." We are just starting. You just worked for 1 month and you're talking about salary. Because they have calculated the money I'm collecting, and they felt like they should have 90% of it because I am not going to class. And 4 of them left at the same time. Are you ready as an entrepreneur? Because when they say entrepreneurship, you think it's easy. Entrepreneurship is the hardest one. The easiest is just to get employed. You don't think of anything, and you get paid. You have salary every month. So they left me, and I was with one of my helpers back home. I started training that one. He was sharp, and we start going to class together. How about working for schools, and they will not pay you at the end of the term? They just at the end of the term, the proprietor will come in and say, "Madam, the children are not understanding everything. They don't know what you are teaching. They are just wasting time. They are happy just because she doesn't want to pay you." How do you deal with that? How do you deal with people that will not even pay you for the next class? You did first term, they won't pay you. Second term, they won't pay you. Third term, they will give you first term. Third term, they will quarrel with you. And they won't give you second term and third term, and you are still there. I survived all those things. Are you ready to go through it? How about school owners that will keep me, and they will tell me to come by 10 o'clock. I'll come by 10. I'll come by 9 and wait. Then by 1 or 12, she will start coming to the office with phone. She won't even notice that you're there, or she will just notice and go. Then you keep waiting again. Then the next thing, she will now pick her call again and drive out. You are still there. Then you don't know what to do. Then I'll say, for me, I'll wait till 4. She will come back again. Madam, who are you waiting for? But you asked me to come now. And I came and said, I can't see you again today. Oh, come back another day. The whole day is gone. And that time I think I had my second baby. So every time I'm with her, I don't have help. That's what he said, balance it. You put too much energy, or someone suffers, or you miss those opportunities, or you need to find a way to get through. So going global starts with preparation, patience. Now, sustainability and passion goes together. You can't say, I love to be a teacher, so I will teach forever and ever without being paid. Is it that something is happening somewhere and paying the bills, or that one is sustaining you to pay the bills? Yeah, so, entrepreneurship, people, like I love what I'm doing now, but there are times I do what I don't love, but I want to make money. For example, when I tell people that in university, I was selling popcorn, it's a big story and I can't share here. And in a big entrepreneurship gathering, you have 4 entrepreneurs. When we say, I'm doing this to solve problem, I'm doing this to help the community, I'm doing this because I love it. Then I told the entrepreneurs, the startups that are there, say, the reality means that when I was in the university selling that popcorn, it's not because I have passion. Who has passion for selling pure water? Because I don't have passion for selling popcorn, but I want sustainability. Yeah. I don't love it. I don't love traveling across the border to go and buy okra and sell. It's not my passion. At that time, I've not discovered what my passion is. So you need to think about sustainability. And now I found my passion. But during that time I was doing my passion, going and school were owing me. Another business was funding what I was doing, which is not my passion, but it's bringing money, right? Or somewhere somehow money is coming in, and you are fueling your passion. So don't be fooled when people tell you you need to. The only passion that you don't need negotiation is the passion for Christ. But when it's business, you need to think very, very well. If I need to sell ice cream to sustain this passion, fine and good, continue doing it. If you're a teacher, you have passion for that, but you need to find somewhere that money is coming. So we all are global citizens, believe me. You don't need to travel abroad to become a global citizen. So finally, I will simply say that Onitsha City is very, very is a virgin land to cultivate in. If you are not doing anything now, what will you do tomorrow? You know, there are times you need to endure. There are times it will pay back. 3 years ago, we went for a program and they have a grant of $1,000 to give. I practiced for that pitch. To get that $1,000, I practiced for it for 3 days. Even when everybody will leave, I'll stand at the hall practicing my pitch, trying to convince the people that will give us that $1,000. At the time, I was convinced that they would give me that money. They didn't give me that money at the end of the day. They gave other people that are richer than me. I don't know what they did. Maybe they knew how to pitch very well. In fact, their presentation was well organized. These are professionals in grant collection, you know, and I don't understand what they were doing. And I left very bitter. I cried. That in the hall, I was crying. And someone told me, Uchi, this is $1,000. But you are greater than this. I've told you if I have $1 million, I will give you because of what you are doing. And I believed him. And I went on, but I cried. That $1,000 paid me, But there are times it paid very, very well. So there are times when you understand there are process. It's not magic. Right now, I have 3 projects waiting for me. They have given me money. Some are still holding me, but I have this project waiting for me. It doesn't make me rich, so that you won't think maybe USM Boss sponsored my program, it made me rich. No, it made me more credible. I am more credible. So it's not the money is not going to buy me a new car. But for the fact that US Embassy sponsored 1 project, sponsored 2, 3rd one is pending. You tell them, I can't do this year. You know, Mexico guy, small. So please, can we do this next year? No, we want you to do it so that you enter this year's budget. You know, so you start planning on how to do it. And you have ones you are projecting to do. It means that there is grace and there is patience in everything we do. I'm not worried about projects now. I'm not worried about funding. The problem, then you have people that are strong, that knows how they will consult you and say, okay, in fact, with your name alone, you can get anything you want. But you don't want to soil your hands. You also don't want to boom. You know how you blow balloon and it will just, then you blow the balloon small, it will be there for like 3 days or 4 days, it will not burst. You are trying to create sustainability and credibility for yourself. So, for every youth here, for people that are already impacting, see these small steps is very, very important. Those times that are small, you think you are worthless, you are not doing anything. Yes, we all went through that moment where I'll cry all through the night. You know, sometimes I won't want to cry, I'll hide from my husband because he will terrorize me that tomorrow you will stop working if you'll be crying all the time. But there are moments you cry and ask yourself, do I really want anything? Is what I'm doing meaningful enough? Yes. When you start asking yourself that question, it's meaningful. And you don't give up, and you get embarrassed. You know, parents walk you away from the time because you know that you are not trying to get that. I'm trying to win that soul of a child, not the parents. So you don't give up in anything you do. And remember that whether we are in Onitsha or not, like Nonso said, wherever I'm going, I am still coming back. I'm not going. Onitsha is going with me, and I'll bring back wherever I go to Onitsha. We are all global citizens.
I have a good news here. Just a few minutes to come, we will check out.